Hi everyone, welcome to the English Cast. I'm Ryan, and we're really happy you're here with us today.
Hey everyone, I'm Emma. Whether you're listening on your way to work or relaxing at home, this podcast is here to help you feel more confident using real English in real life.
Emma, how was your morning? Did you have a busy start to the day?
It was pretty hectic, actually. I spent the first 2 hours just trying to organize my inbox. I had a lot of emails to catch up on.
I know that feeling. Mondays are always like that. It seems like you never have much time to actually sit down and read them all.
Exactly. I didn't have much time at all.
You know, hearing you say a lot of emails and much time reminds me of a message I got yesterday from a listener.
Oh, really? What did they ask?
They were talking about their travel plans for the summer, and they wrote, "I don't have many money for a vacation this year."
Yeah, I hear that a lot. Many money is a very common mistake.
It really is. And that is exactly what we are going to clear up today. Choosing between much, many, and a lot of can feel confusing, but there is a very simple pattern to follow.
It really comes down to the type of word you're talking about.
Right. We will start with many. The easiest way to think about many is to ask yourself one simple question. Can I count this thing with numbers?
Like, can I say 1, 2, 3? If you can count it, you use many.
Exactly. We use it for countable nouns, things like chairs, days, or cars.
So I would say, I don't have many books on my desk.
Because you can count books. Or you could say, there aren't many people in the store. People can be counted.
That makes sense. But what if you cannot count the thing with numbers?
If it is uncountable, we use the word much. We use this for liquids, ideas, or large concepts.
Things like water, air, or time. You can't say 1 time, 2 times in the same way.
Right. Or money. Going back to that learner's mistake, you count dollars or euros, but you cannot count the general word money.
You can't say 1 money, 2 monies. That sounds very strange.
So instead of saying, I don't have many money, they should say, I don't have much money.
I don't have much money. I don't have much time. Those sound perfectly natural.
Now, there is a secret weapon in English that makes all of this much easier.
Are you talking about a lot of?
Yes. A lot of is incredibly useful because it works for both. You can use it for countable things and uncountable things.
So I can say, I have a lot of books, and I have a lot of money.
It is perfectly correct both ways. You don't even have to think about counting.
That is so helpful. I have a lot of friends. I drink a lot of water.
Native speakers use a lot of constantly. But this brings us to a specific mistake learners make. They learn the rules for much and many, and they try to use them everywhere.
Right. Let me give you an example of a mistake I hear at school. A student might say, I drank much water yesterday.
Yes, I hear that all the time. I drank much water.
It sounds a bit formal or just unnatural for everyday conversation.
The reason it sounds strange is because native speakers usually avoid using much and many in positive sentences. We usually save them for negative sentences and questions.
So, to fix that sentence, we just use our secret weapon. We say, I drank a lot of water yesterday.
Perfect. If you're making a positive statement, just use a lot of. Save much and many for when you are saying no or asking a question.
I don't have many books. Do you have much time?
Those are perfect. Take a moment and think about this situation. You are at a cafe and you want to ask your friend if they added sugar to their coffee. Sugar is a powder. You cannot count individual pieces of sugar easily. So, which question sounds more natural? Did you put many sugar in your coffee? Or, did you put much sugar in your coffee?
If you guessed much sugar, you are absolutely right. Since it is a question and sugar is uncountable, much is the perfect word.
Let's put this into a few short, everyday situations. This helps show how we bounce these words back and forth in real life. We can start with an office scene.
I will start. Ryan, do we have many boxes left in the storage room?
No, we don't have many, but we do have a lot of extra packing tape.
Great. I don't need much tape, just one roll.
You hear conversations like that at the office all the time. Emma asked a question about boxes. Boxes are countable, so she used many.
Then you gave a negative answer. We don't have many.
But for the positive part about the tape, I used a lot of. Tape is uncountable, and it was a positive statement.
And I finished with a negative sentence about an uncountable thing. I don't need much tape.
Let's try another one. Imagine we're at a restaurant looking at the menu.
There aren't many vegetarian options on this menu.
Yeah, you're right. Do you want to go to a different place? I don't have much patience for bad service today.
Let's stay. I see a pasta dish that looks good, and it comes with a lot of vegetables.
That is exactly how people talk. You started with a negative sentence about countable things. Not many options.
You used much for patience. Patience is a feeling, so it is uncountable. And you were making a negative sentence.
Then you used a lot of for the vegetables because you were making a positive statement.
Let's do one more. A quick phone call between friends planning a party.
Hey, Emma, I'm at the grocery store. Do we need much ice for the cooler?
Yes, please get a lot of ice. And do you see many bags of chips on the shelf?
They don't have many left. I will just grab 3 bags.
That covers all the rules perfectly. Ice is uncountable, so you asked a question with much.
And you gave a positive command, so you said, get a lot of ice.
Then you asked about chips. Bags of chips are countable, so you used many.
Before we wrap up, there is one small nuance that native speakers use every day. It involves the word to. T-O-O.
Oh, like when there is a bad amount of something. An excessive amount.
Exactly. When we use the word to, it changes the feeling of the sentence, and it breaks our positive sentence rule.
Right? If I ate 5 pieces of cake, I wouldn't say I ate to a lot of cake.
That sounds very strange. When we add to, we have to bring back much and many, even for positive sentences,
So I would say, I ate too much cake.
because cake is uncountable in that sense. Or if a room is incredibly crowded, you say, there are too many people in here.
That is a great detail. Too much and too many show a negative feeling about a large amount.
It just shows that the amount is a problem.
If I have a headache, I say, there is too much noise outside.
You wouldn't say a lot of noise because too much explains that the noise is bothering you.
It is a very natural way to complain about something.
Let's do a quick, clean summary so our listeners can feel confident using these words today.
First, use many for things you can count. Things like cars, days, or apples.
Second, use much for things you cannot count. Things like water, time, or money.
Third, try to use much and many mostly for questions and negative sentences. I don't have much time.
Fourth, use a lot of for positive sentences, whether the thing is countable or uncountable. I have a lot of friends.
And finally, if you want to say there is a problem with the amount, use too much or too many. I drank too much coffee today.
If you follow those simple steps, your English will sound incredibly natural and clear. All right, that brings us to the end of today's episode. We hope this conversation helped make English feel clearer and more natural for you in everyday situations.
Remember, progress comes from small daily practice.
If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the English Cast so you don't miss the next one.
And as always, keep learning, keep speaking, and keep connecting. Thanks for spending your time with us. We'll see you in the next episode.